the engine to get the compressor out of this.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these European cars are not Toyotas, and they're moving towards less serviceability. And so everything in this compartment is tight. Again, all trying to get to weight. Even the serpentine belt on the outside. Look how much space there is in there between the frame and the engine.
Whoa.
Right. So you better be ready for a fight.
And is this whole thing the engine?
Yeah, that's the upper engine on this side.
This giant block going all the way down there.
Yep, right to the side of the motor, kind of like the older Volkswagens. So again, you have to take that off to service the timing belt, which is serviceable because it's nice and up front, but they don't give you a lot of room. There's going to be a lot of like taking this off and making space, and then this thing here is totally in the way. So getting rid of that, but I mean, for the most part, it's a Fiat, so the engines don't break. It's everything around the engine. They make really good engines. You know? And what I found interesting too is there's a dust cap on this side for the strut, and there isn't one on the other side. So how do you lose that? You know, stuff like that. I mean, you know, there's going to be small things, but generally it looks good.
Will that be found in Europe?
Yeah. I pulled the dipstick just to make sure there was no shrapnel in there. The oil looks relatively clean. Little bit of fuel.
Cranking the shit out of it.
Little bit of fuel.
Yeah.
So it's obviously gonna. Well, I would change the. We're gonna change the oil anyways. But I don't think it's the reason why it's not starting. I think the reason why it's not starting is there's something electronic that's causing it, because it's a Fiat 500. Now, this has already been opened. A lot of the factory things on a Fiat 500, I guess they had this process so that they would know that all the bolts are tightened. So they would mark every bolt. And in fact, if you look around this car, you'll see all kinds of fasteners.
Oh yeah.
That have been checked to make sure that every bolt was tightened. And obviously somebody's been in here to check stuff because that was not aligned. So, you know, stuff like that. But you can see all the way down here. You got little pink marks. Here. It's kind of funny because I don't know if they've done it all the way through the car. I'd like to see on the interior as well. See, even the blue mark down there to check that that's been pushed in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there was a fair amount of like quality control when they built these cars. But
just that they going around with a checklist and a pink marker.
Yep. And probably a wrench or whatever to check it, right? So I think we're close.
Oh, this is nice and comfy.
It is, compared to the one I had. It is actually more comfy. It's a little blurry for some reason.
Yeah, why is it?
It's doing blurry things.
You're doing a. There we go. All right.
There you go. You don't want to do the AVE thing when things get blurry.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is my ELM 327. Okay. This is not an expensive diagnostic tool. An ELM 327 is made by multiple manufacturers. This is a Bluetooth model. Actually, I think all of them are Bluetooth. So this here you can buy on AliExpress, eBay. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you start to find them at the dollar store. Seriously, they're going for anywhere from $3 to $12. Okay, so this is not an expensive tool. This is definitely something you should put in your toolbox. This does not require any proprietary type software. The ELM 327 standard for OBD2 is compatible with a lot of free apps that are on the phone. So the app I'm using, I don't even remember the name of it. 1 second here. Let me go ahead and get the app in my car stuff folder on my phone here. So the app I'm using is Car Scanner Pro. Okay, there's a free version of this app. Okay, I bought it yesterday. It was $6. So all in all, to do diagnostics on your car, at least a basic diagnostic to see what the codes are, you're talking about, you know, $10 and $16. Okay, if you do this code scanner at the dealership, basically they do the same thing but with a more fancy tool to get the codes that your car is reading. If you're interested in finding those out, you're looking at about $75 to $100 bill just to have the dealership scan the codes. And if the car doesn't run, well, now you're looking at the tow back to your driveway to mess around with it. So 16 bucks is money well spent, I think, and it's on your phone. So I'll go ahead and plug this in and show you guys how it works. So you guys are doing this for the first time with us right here. We got a little bit of charge in the battery. Like I said, I left it overnight. Oh, battery's not connected. Make sure your battery's connected. I'll be right back. Oh, we have some dings and plings.
Ah, it's 12, 12,
yep.
12.
Yep.
77. Yeah. So miles.
So that's 177,000 kilometers, which is about 20 miles US. So I'll go ahead and put the ELM 327, the OBD2 port, very accessible on the Fiat 500. It's right down here in the footwell. We'll get Mark to get some footage of that, but long story short, plug it in. It's wonderful because it's upside down and I can't see the LEDs on it too. So we'll go ahead. So basically all you do, if this works, first shot, turn on your Bluetooth, and hopefully it doesn't connect to the Toyota Camry across from me. And then we click connect on this. And I guess they have Wi-Fi adapters. We have the Bluetooth one. So we're gonna go next. Connection profile not selected. Wonderful. Why is that doing that? 1 second here. Why?
Profile not selected.
What profile? Right?
Down here. Does that do a thing? There.
Okay, fine.
Oh, wow.
Because I moved some stuff there the other day. Okay, so we're just gonna go Fiat 1.4 multi-air, which is what this is. There we go, and okay, perfect. That's new, and it's because I just upgraded the software last night. I upgraded the software, and now I have a problem. So, surprise. So again, we may want to just restart this. We'll see here. Because I don't have the key on, probably. It's a silly mistake. Fuel pump works. All right, there we go. All right, so it's screaming at us here. It's got a TPMS sensors. Tire pressure is low on this car because it's been sitting forever. So if you so basically make sure you have your key on after you plug in your ELM 327. And make sure your battery's connected. So start with that. Make sure you got the battery connected and charged. Make sure you plug in your ELM 327. Then click connect on your Car Scanner Pro software. And then we're going to go ahead and the simplest thing to do is go ahead and read the trouble codes. So you just click read, and it's connecting to the car's computer right now, and it's looking for trouble codes. Didn't find any. So there are no trouble codes right now, which is troubling because my car doesn't start. So why, right? So what I like to do in terms of diagnostic process is go back and okay, there's no trouble codes.
Yeah. So kind of reminds me of the joke of the guy who goes to the doctor and the doctor says, "I got bad news. There's something terribly wrong with you." And he goes, "Bad news? That's great. I'd hate to think I'm supposed to feel like this."
Yeah, exactly. and that's exactly what it is. So on this, what I like about this is it gives you a little bit of OBD2 advanced stuff. It gives you some live data. It gives you some more stuff. But there is a feature where you can click all sensors in here. And so you can start scrolling through all the sensors it's connecting to. Some of it, they say, okay, is there misfire? No, well, car's not running, so I don't see how it's misfiring. Fuel system is available. Well, that's good. So you go through all of this stuff, and it found all of these things, okay? Engine coolant temperature, 17 degrees, which makes sense because it's 17 degrees outside. So we know various sensors are reporting correctly. So throttle position sensor is showing at 18.82%, and if I hit the gas, we should see that value change. Not going to change fast, but we should see it. I'm lying to you. Maybe it's another value table here. 1 second. Interesting. See, here's a value that doesn't make any sense to me. The car's not on, like running, and we have a bank 1, sensor 1 report. That would be our O2 sensor reporting at 900 degrees Celsius. So, because the car's not running and our value is reporting at 900 degrees Celsius, I'm thinking there's a problem. That might be something we want to investigate. That's a pretty obvious one. I just want to see if I can not lie to you here. So there's some more throttle positions. Okay, so if I hit the gas, does it change? Why is it? Oh, there we go.
There.
So now we're showing that I have 87% throttle. If I ease up onto the bit, it should report. It's not the fastest thing, guys. This, you know, again, not a professional tool. It's reporting Bluetooth. You're playing with a $6 adapter, but this is certainly much better than nothing. And that's why I use this. I mean, I've got something. This will report oil temperature. Obviously, we don't have any right now. It comes up with fuel injection timing. Comes up with a lot of variables, right? So you know, the Lamba heater duty, zero, nothing reporting right now. Even though I've got the car on, it's relatively cool today. I'm not quite sure if it's actually supposed to turn on, but I suspect, based on the fact that we have a value reporting at 900 degrees Celsius with the car not running, the first place I would go is to see if we could actually maybe even disconnect the catalyst sensor on bank 1 and see if this value goes to 0. And if it does, then I tend to think that we have the beginning of electronic diagnostics. Car might even start, because to me it should be at, you know, 17 degrees best case scenario, or it should be a big fat 0 because it's not detecting anything at all. But 900, I could see why the car might just shut off immediately if it thinks that the catalytic converter is 900 degrees Celsius. I believe the operating temperature is somewhere around 600. So 900 or anything above 600 would be out of spec, which would cause the car to panic, I would think. Not on older cars, but on some of these newer cars, newer electronics, that might be a panic on this car. So we'll go and we'll take a look and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to crank it just for, we have a charged battery, right? Just a little bit. I'm going to crank it just for fun, guys, just for fun. Yeah, so nothing. So it cranks, but that's it. All right, so now we got to go find a Lamba sensor. So I don't know why there's a chip out of that. It's kind of interesting. How do you chip your battery terminal post?
That's a big one too.
Take a hammer to it or what?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe someone trying to smash a terminal on in the winter.
Seems weird.
All right, I got the jack sensor behind you. So.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I mean, I don't think it's high enough that I can get a jack stand underneath it. That's the only problem with some of these small cars is, like, if I don't have the big jack, then. Okay, so I'll let you get in from the side here with the camera so you can see.
All right. Well, here I can probably hand you the camera if you have a good.
Oh, sure, I can do that too. Yeah. All right, guys. So these are the two O2 sensors. There's one here, and then there's one further up. So the one further up is sensor 1, bank 1. That's the one we're worried about. And that's the one I want to disconnect. And then that Lamba, that's the secondary Lamba sensor. So we're gonna go Lamba and O2 sensor, by the way, guys, same thing, okay? Some old guys like me call them Lamba sensors because that's what they were originally called. You can also refer to them as O2 sensors. So that's obviously your primary, that's your secondary. That's also bank 1, this is bank 2. Yeah, a lot of the guys refer to them slightly differently. If you're talking to your parts guy, he's going to want to know what bank you're on. Bank 1 is typically the one at the front. Bank 2 is typically the one at the back. So we're going to go ahead and follow that wire up, because it looks like that wire does extend upwards, and we're going to find out where it plugs in, and we're going to unplug it, see if our value changes. Just taking the battery holder downer out.
Yeah.
You can also use a longer extension bar without being lazy. Come on. I'm just trying to compress it, guys, so that I can push that clip off. I'm probably doing this the hard way, because that's the way I like to do things. There you go. Jeez. Even getting my side cutters in there. Here, I thought that was going to make my life easy today. Again, if you have more accessibility from the bottom, guys, go ahead and pull that off. It's just I don't. Even with the jack there, it's a little bit wet out today, you know. fun stuff.
Well, might it be easier to disconnect these clips and then take out this whole pan?
Well, I'm not a big fan of that's the computer. So, and it's Morelli Magnetti. So,
Oh, yeah.
so I don't really want to get into that if I don't have to. It's probably a tool. But I don't have it. Well, it's looking like I might have actually got it out. Let's see here. If I pull down on that. Can't even get my hand in there. There we go. Oh, I'd actually get that back in the way it's supposed to be, guys.
Nice.
Okay, so again, not the easiest to see, but that's our connector going to our lambda sensor right there, and it is actually 4-wire. I thought it was 5, but it's 4. That's fine. Are we sure that's the right one, Mark? Because I'm not. I think that's the bottom one.
Ah,
Damn it. Let's see if we can. Actually, I can see this one because it's yellow. There we go. So that just took a little bit of. I just put my screwdriver in there, guys. Got the back end on it. I just went and pulled right out, which is really good actually for connector. Let's see now if I can pull the connector out. You have to push down, or oh no, okay. So you push down on that yellow tab after you pull it out.
oh, okay.
So there might be a little show and tell on that after this, but. And now I'm trying to pull it out, and now it's still fighting me. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. All right.
So guys, what I did, I'm going to show this. I can show it from here. So obviously that's plugged in on the other side, and I was right about it being several wires.
Oh, yeah.
So we were playing with the wrong one. But yeah, there's a little bit of rust on there. I don't know why, but the connections themselves inside look good. This little yellow connector, I just put my screwdriver in there and pop this out. Okay, and once you pop that out, you press down on this piece, and it releases the little tang that's plugged into the back of it. So let's go see now what we get for a temperature reading. I'm expecting nothing. All right. So I'm turning the car back into the on position. And our ELM 327 is already plugged in. So actually, I'll disconnect it and reconnect it just to make sure there's no calamity. So connect. Now it's reading the ECU. Successful connection. And then we're going to go all sensors. And let's go see if we can find that value. Or lambda sensor. Catalyst sensor still showing 900 degrees Celsius. That's interesting.
Maybe that's the default fail value.
Could be. All right. Well, just for fun. Well, the good news is it turns faster. There's definitely a no fire situation there. Interesting, our catalytic sensor has changed to 874 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's actually an issue, guys, or if this car actually just does that. But I'm definitely not seeing anything. It sounds like it's just sort of freewheeling with no compression. So that's interesting.
Now, I said there's also a cam sensor and a drive shaft sensor. Would those be?
So the basically the crank sensor, right? I'm just curious to see if any of that stuff.
Crank, yeah, not drive shaft.
Any of that stuff's in here while we're cranking. If it can show us any of that. It does not show us any kind of crank sensor stuff. All right. Well, I don't see anything in there that would indicate a problem. Again, we'll run trouble codes just for fun, but all right, that doesn't seem to be working as it should. So we will stop the operation. Yes, I've said yes a few times now. Back, read, cancel. Yes, I did that wrong too. Now I'm not reading because I'm mad. So here we go. Back. Let's go ahead and disconnect the Bluetooth here. And we're going to go disconnect here. Wait for it to totally disconnect, and we'll try that again. We'll have it scream at us. Okay, there we go. Connect. Must have ignition on. Yep, I've experienced that. All right, so we go back to diagnostic and trouble codes. Read. There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
well, now we've got some stuff. But that makes sense though. Oxygen sensor that's disconnected, right? And then heated oxygen sensor bank 1, heater 1. So the good news is we've disconnected it, and the computer knows that it was, us. No, well, it was us doing this. So we're going to go ahead and reconnect those. And obviously that's not it. I mean, I guess it just starts on a weird temperature setting, which is really strange. The fuel system status unknown. So I mean, I hear the fuel pump in the back cycle. So the fuel pump in the back cycles. There's a hum when we start. So that's good because I know the fuel pumps can fail on them as well. All right, guys. So I think this is going to require a little bit more research and Googling and figuring out why we might have. Like, it sounds like it's turning over pretty easily. It's either that we don't have spark, which I'm going to have to figure out. We definitely, I'm sure we have fuel pressure, but we definitely don't have spark, and we definitely don't have, and that spark is contributing to a non-compression situation, or potentially non-compression situation. It's turning way too fast. That's way too fast. Like, I almost say it's a slip timing belt, but because of the cam being controlled by oil on this car, it's entirely possible that there is a problem with that. I guess the next thing to do would be to check timing and see if we can figure that out. Fuel injection timing, VVT, oil temperature, but I don't see anything in here that's going to give us any further diagnostic on this. I think we're going to have to figure it out. So I think that's where we are at the moment. All right, well, let's go find out if there's other tests we can do, guys. We definitely have a cranking but not starting situation, and the engine's spinning kind of fast. So to me, it could be a slip timing belt as well. We'll find out how hard that is to check. We'll be back.